Hey everyone, how's it doing? Long time no chat. It's been some years. Happy New Year. All the best to you all for 2026. Yeah, this is going to be a thing that we're going to be doing going forward. I made a deal with myself that this year I'm going to try to get back into doing content, specifically videos and whatnot. And I already have this YouTube channel I've not posted in years, but I want to get on the saddle and do it again and be more proactive with doing it because there's so much things I like to talk about. I like to talk about movies. I like to talk about TV shows, anime, video games, sports. I try my best. I have so much things I like to speak about, and quite frankly, I feel like it's a missed opportunity that I have the well of knowledge that I have within myself and to not share it with anyone. So, in light of that, I have decided this year that I am going to use this platform and talk about what I like to talk about and whatnot. And maybe I'll just see some topic and I'll just want to talk about it. I try to do it here and there, and I'm gonna try and do it as much as I can this year. That's the plan. I have a goal. The goal this year is not subscribers wise because I don't want to be like, oh, I want to make this much subscribers before the year done. No, I want to make content this year. So the goal is to try and see if I can get at least 60 to 100 videos on this channel before the year is out. I hope to hold myself to that as much as possible. So we shall see how that goes. That being said, this first video that I'm going to do here is going to be on the topic of movies. There's a lot of movies that are coming out in 2026, and I personally would like to see them. So this is sort of like a top 10 list. It's not to say like it's top 10, like number 10 movie that I don't want to see as much, and this is the number one movie I must see. It's more like these are the 10 movies that I personally would like to see in cinema if possible, because something about it just intrigues me. And more than likely, when I'm finished, I am going to probably give a honorable mentions like, oh, well, it didn't make the list, but I don't mind seeing it as well. So let's get it started with this one. So yeah, Disclosure Day. When I saw the trailer for this, it kind of caught me a bit off guard. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Not the biggest fans of horror, so I'm gonna let you know now. This list may not, well, it's not going to have any horror. Horror has never really been a thing for me. Maybe I can try to see if I can get into it this year with some old school horrors, and maybe I could talk about it in a later video. But something about this trailer gave off the essence of the kind of suspenseful thriller that some horrors have, and those are the ones I kind of don't mind. And I don't know, it's something about it. It just has this kind of eeriness to it. You can see that it's most likely about aliens and whatnot, but then you watch a trailer and you're saying this, there's some level of connectivity amongst humans, like somehow one human could kind of possess the next human, something like that. And then out of the clear blue sky, there's a part in the trailer where Emily Blunt, which is one of my favorite actresses, by the way, Emily Blunt starts making this noise. And it just was like, I don't know why, the noise just made me feel uncomfortable, but I still want to watch to see where it goes. So, in light of that, it's like, it looks like it could be a good movie. And then also, it's also directed by Steven Spielberg, which me personally, that doesn't really say much to me, but it's Steven Spielberg. He tends not to do bad, so we hoping for the best. So yeah, Disclosure Day is one of the ones I'd like to see. Moving on to the next one. So the next movie I would like to see this year would be The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. Now, I know that this movie is more or less the telling of Haymitch and, well, his character and how he survived the Hunger Games. And quite frankly, Haymitch has always been an interesting character to me in all of the Hunger Games. And I would like to see where his character goes, like how he started off, who he was as a teenager, and what made him so jaded, but at the same time, a caring person that he was in the Hunger Games series. And there's a part in the trailer where Woody Harrelson saying that this is how things got different or something to that effect. I'll probably put the clip of it here.
I think these games are going to be different.
But I don't know, it's just I wanna see how his character evolves and what became of it. And plus too, this is something I kind of noticed. I don't know if it's just a thing and I've never noticed it in the other movies. The clothing that they had on, especially some of the black, well, the black entrance in the Hunger Games, they looked more like 60s, 70s esque. I know there was one character that had on a kind of look and it looked kind of like 60s, 70s, and I was wondering, okay, this has to be very early, which it is, but like, are we seeing the early parts of it and everything like outside of when they did it? I don't know. Something about it just looked weird. I never really got to see the Hunger Games with um, Snow as a part of it. I think he was a part of it, or he was like one of the people that was just doing something with it. But I want to see where this goes. I want to see it, and then also too. Um, Woody, the Haymitch, his character seems to be buddy buddy with this other kid, and for some reason, I got the same vibe with Katniss and this next character. I always mix up her name. I'll have to double check it, and if I do get the name, I'll probably just add it into the bottom of the video. And because my girlfriend loved her character, her that still kind of has her like, and it kind of I don't know, it just gave off that vibe, and I hope that the character arc that I'm thinking about does not happen to that same character as well. But all in all, I want to see the movie. I want to see how it goes. So yeah, that's one of the movies on my list. On to the next one. So the next movie I'd like to see in cinema, hopefully. Well, I don't think it's actually a cinema movie now that I think about it because I think it's a movie that's coming out through Amazon, and that's Project Hail Mary. I think it may get a limited cinema release. I'm not too sure. I'll have to double check that. So, Project Hail Mary, first thing first, it's based off of a book by the same person that did The Martian. I have watched The Martian more times than I care to talk about right now. Maybe I will on another day because something about the cinematography of that movie and the vibe of that movie just always gets me. Like, I love space, I love the idea of space. And The Martian was like one of those things where this lone man is on his own, and this movie kind of gives off that same kind of vibe. This movie kind of gives off the same vibe that this lone guy has been sent out there to save the earth. I mean, Martian has saved the earth, but he has to save humanity. And along the way, he runs into someone, I would say something, that also has to save their earth. And I don't know, something about it made me feel happy. It looks fun. Ryan Gosling is an amazing actor, and everybody else seems like they actually want to put in the effort to make this a good movie. And I don't know, it's just I want to see this movie. It looks cool. It looks fun. It looks imaginative. The trailer had me laughing at sometimes because it looked like it's a fun vibe.
You're a great scientist, Dr. Grace, and a great human being. The world is counting on you.
And to see this guy, this regular teacher, and apparently the way how he thinks and whatnot being one of the key survival to earth, I want to see how they tell that story. So yeah, I think that definitely is one of the movies I'd like to see this year. All right, so the next movie I would like to talk about is Michael. So Michael, the biopic of Michael Jackson. First thing first, not I have not watched a lot of biopics, which I should probably try and do this year. You're gonna find out that there's a lot of things that, as much as I love cinema, I love the cinema, I love movies. There's a lot of things I have not watched, and I personally would like to take the time and watch them. And biopics is probably one of those things I would have to get done. So why not get started with the biopic of Michael Jackson? Honestly, I love Michael Jackson, love his music. I have it on my playlist all the time. I don't think a week goes by where I don't at least hear Michael Jackson's voice once in any of the music I listen to. So seeing a biopic on him would be great. Jafar Jackson, who I believe is his nephew, somehow manages to pull off the look of Michael Jackson, the feel, the vibe of Michael Jackson so well. It's kind of scary, but like in the wow, that they could actually pull this off kind of way. And yeah, I want to see how it goes, like to tell the story of Michael Jackson in such a way with someone that could more or less pull it off, like the way how he's doing it, and as it looked like in these trailers. I really want to see how they're going to do it, like how they're going to show his life. Are they going to show all the goods and leave out the bads? Are they going to show a mixture of the two? Because Michael Jackson life wasn't always glitz and glamour. I think a lot of Michael Jackson fans know this. So how are you going to represent it in a way that does Michael Jackson honor? And I'll be real, like if depending on how it goes and Jafar really songs authentically like this,
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay, but remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
if Homeboy want to, do his own thing and try to push something out, if it comes out good, I don't mind giving it a listen. So yeah, Michael is definitely on the list. So the next one that I would like to talk about is an obvious one. It's a one that I think everybody is kind of looking out for. Surprise, surprise. It's Avengers Doomsday. I know, shocker, right? But yeah, no. Once again, I told you that I like comics and everything, and well, comics, movies, Avengers. And to be fair, to be honest, I have not been on the Marvel bandwagon as much as the average Marvel person probably is. Like, to put it bluntly, I've watched some of the shows, like some of the series, and some of them are good. Most of them will kind of like touch and go. As for the movies, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I think the last movie from the Marvel Universe, I think I properly sat down and watched, I could be wrong, was Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, I could be wrong. But I'm hoping that with Avengers Doomsday, that it will be the show to bring me back. Well, there's one more that I hope that will bring me back, but that's for later. But no, the trailers that they've released so far for it has been exciting. Like they show that certain people are coming back. They're showing that new people are coming on. I'm not gonna say anything yet because I don't know how much people have seen the trailers, and I don't know if some people want to stay away from it. So I'm not gonna spoil the trailers because I know some people would like to go into the movies fresh. I'm not gonna say who's coming back, who's there. I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, it's all over the internet, but I'm not gonna say anything myself. So you can't say I said and blame me for it, So, but on a real though, I want to see where they're going to take it. I want to see if this is going to be one of the Marvel shows, one of the Marvel movies that comes out this year that kind of brings me back into the fold of Marvel. And the way how it's kind of positioning itself, yeah, I think it may just pull that off. So, I want to see where it goes. I want to see if this really is the thing to bring me back in the Marvel fold. Well, that and the next movie, which coming up next is Spider-Man, Brand New Day. So, here's how I know y'all are gonna get sick of me if you guys are not Spider-Man fans. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Like, I'm a very big Spider-Man fan. Do I have a lot of merchandise Spider-Man? No, because I don't have money. But no, seriously, I am a big Spider-Man fan, and quite frankly, I want to see what they're going to do with Peter. This is Peter by himself properly for the first time. Now, I say by himself, but it's been confirmed that the Punisher is going to be in this movie. And I believe it's also been confirmed that the Hulk is going to be in this movie. So, once again, he's not by himself fully, which I get it. He's Sony's property and he has to, I believe how the agreement works is that there has to be a Marvel person, like a Marvel character alongside him in the movies. I just really wish we could just get one where solely just Peter alone, but I'm not gonna complain. I love the Punisher character. I love the Punisher character in the MCU. Hulk is touch and go, but I'm guessing they might do something fun with him in it as well. So yeah, but all that being said, I just want to see this movie because I'm a Spider-Man fan. I want to see how they're going to do it, and I want to see how they're going to have this movie be like a prelude or a lead into how Doomsday is going to play out. Because it's going to be a post-credit scene, or it's going to be a scene coming on to the end of the movie where, let's say, Tom Holland Spider-Man probably sees a figure that looks like Tony Stark, because the most that everybody knows is that Doctor Doom is going to be played by Robert Downey Jr. So maybe Spider-Man sees like that face, gets confused, and then something happens, and it's like, who Spider-Man will be in Avengers Doomsday, that kind of thing. So I just want to see Spider-Man just for the sake of seeing where they take the character and what they do with him. And well, he's gonna be on his own, so he doesn't have MJ, he doesn't have Ned, he doesn't have a lot of people around. And like, I think the way how they could tell the story should really show that as much as Spider-Man deals with a lot, he knows how to pull through at the end of the day. And if they have to introduce a love angle with someone, they just might. But I'd like to see that somehow, some way, he kind of gets to rekindle the relationship he has with MJ, because that's his girl. So yeah, I definitely would like to see Spider-Man for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna surprise. I'm not. This is not a joke. The next movie, I'm not sure if I might want to see it in cinema, but I definitely would like to see it. It's Street Fighter. Listen, I don't have much to say for this one. This one is straight up. The cast interests me, okay? Like, I want to see what they do with these characters. Everybody looks like they're either having fun or they're vibing. Why is 50 Cent Balrog? Why is Roman Reigns Akuma? It makes no sense. But you know what? One of the jokes, a running joke in the wrestling committee, I watch wrestling too, is, there's always going to be a Samoan playing a Japanese person. Why is that? I don't know. But either way, it's just hilarious that we've come full circle and we're having this again. That being said, I just want to see what they do with it. Like I said, will I see it in cinema? Matinee. Like, I'm talking, I will go see it on a random day where the price is probably cheap, catch my kicks, and then go home. But on the reels, though, I don't know. I just want to see what kind of madness they've concocted with this. So, like, my God, I just want to see this movie just to see how they pull it off. So, yeah, that's definitely on my must watch list, ironically enough. Like, unironically, ironically enough. So, yeah. Now, on to a movie that I genuinely would like to see, because I actually really enjoyed the first one, and I kind of like regret not seeing it in cinema. That is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now, the thing is, again, I regret not seeing Super Mario World, or I think it's just Super Mario Bros. In cinema, because like when I watched it at home, it just like it made me smile, because as much as I knew that it was kind of like 50-50, because video game movies have a very rocky relationship and everything when it comes to the cinema. This was good. It was really good. And like visually it looked stunning. Everything looked amazing. And I just like, so with this one, Super Mario Galaxy movie, it looks good. Like when I checked out the trailer, it made me laugh. It made me smile. Again, animation looks beautiful, and then I just want to see where they take the story. Don't crucify me for this, internet. I have yet to play Super Mario Galaxy. Once again, I'm poor. I've never really gotten to own a Wii, and I know there's ways to do it without the Wii. Wink, wink. But I just never got the chance to do it. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list to do this year. I'm gonna try and play out at least the first one, hopefully before this movie comes out, so I can kind of get the vibe of it. Because why? Princess Rosalina. She's very cute. So I'd like to see. I would like to play the game just to like vibe and see, her character in it, and then see how they're going to represent her character in the movie. And I think that might like be the best way for me to experience it. Like I get to experience the characteristics of her before the movie, like right before the movie comes out, so I can kind of get the vibe a lot more, and I wouldn't just be playing it off of memory. So that being said, I definitely would like to see Super Mario Galaxy, in cinemas, hopefully. So yeah. So moving on from one animation to a next animation, the next movie I'd like to see. Oh, this one came out of the clear blue sky for me, honestly. But the next movie I'd like to see in cinema is Goat. And this one is going to be short, but not in the bad way or in the kicksy way like how Street Fighter was just now. It's more like in the. I don't have much to say other than the animation is being done. I believe it's being animated and produced by the same people that did Into the Spider Verse and well, the Spider Man series, Into the Spider Verse and stuff. And I love those movies. I love the animation. And from watching the trailer and seeing how they animate certain things, it looks like it's visually lovely to like look at. It was nice to see. Um, I want to see how they tell this underdog story because it looks like it's a small goat in a big world of giant animals that plays basketball. So I want to see how they tell the story. I like basketball, so there's that. I'm a Miami Heat fan. Yeah. So, I want to see this. I just want to see it. And there's not much to say for it other than it looks good. I vibe with it. It looks really fun. And yeah, I think I would just like to take this in the cinema. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It looks cool and yeah, I want to see it for sure. So if you made it this far, thank you. Secondly, we've reached to the last movie. I believe this is the number. This is 10, if I'm counting correctly. I can't count. But yes, the last movie I'd like to talk about is The Odyssey. I am a big Christopher Nolan's fan. Have I watched all of his movies? No, admittedly. However, the movies I have watched from him never fail to disappoint me. And there's always something about it that just pulls me in, right? And something about this feels like it's going to continue that same trend with me and Christopher Nolan. And I really would like to see where he tells this rendition, like how he tells the rendition of the story. I would like to see what his rendition of the story is because you can tell the Odyssey in different ways. Quite literally, last year I listened to Epic the Musical, which, by the way, if you all have never listened to it, or at least checked out the visual aspects of it on YouTube, because there are people that do visualizers for some of the musical scenes of it. Well, not musical scenes. It's entirely a musical. So like when certain acts, there are people that do the visuals for it. You should check it out because that telling of the Odyssey was touching. It had a lot of emotion. It was really beautiful, and because of that, knowing that I have the knowledge of the Odyssey in my head, how the story goes, and how he's portraying it. I just want to see where he takes it. Because I don't need it to be like a one-to-one, like how Epic was, or a one-to-one to the original story. Because stories change over the years. Something could be it's we all know that the story told by the Bible now is different from how the story of the Bible was told a century ago. So the Odyssey could have had different renditions, different versions of it, and I just want to see where he takes it. The cast is stacked. It's a Christopher Nolan movie. To me, I make this joke in my head recently that Christopher Nolan is the movie equivalent of Dick Wolf and the Law and Order series because like everybody just wants to say I acted in a Christopher Nolan movie. That's kind of how it feels sometimes. So I just want to see where they go with this, like how the staff, not the staff, the cast, sorry, how the cast, acts, like what they do and how they do this rendition and everything. The costumes, I personally like how they look. I don't hate them. That's just me personally. And yeah, I just kind of want to vibe with it and just see how it goes. I want to see this in cinema. Like I genuinely want to see this in cinema. I want to see how he does it. So yeah, and yeah, that kind of wraps up and concludes my you know my top 10 list of what I want to see. So yeah. Once again, if you all made it this far, thank you. This was a long one. It's going to take a big to edit. But I kind of feel glad that I did it. I'm happy that I did it because if this is how I'm gonna be, I know it's gonna just get better from here, then yeah, I want to do this more. I'm going to do this more. I'm going to talk about more stuff. I think I have an idea of what I want to talk about. It's not going to be movies. I'm thinking I'm going to move to our next topic. I think it might be anime. I don't know. But I want to talk about more stuff. I want to continue this. This felt fun. This was nice. It was nice talking to you all again. It was nice doing this because when I did it back then, it was just spur of the moment. But I had fun with it, and this time I want to do that again. I want to have fun doing this and talking to the camera and talking to you all and getting to know people in the comments and see if they share the same kind of thoughts and opinions I have. Hell, if they have different opinions, I want to see what they're differing in. I want to do this. Like, I genuinely want to do this. So thanks for making it this far. If you want to see more, you can subscribe. If not, and you just want to check it out and then, bust out afterwards, you can do that too. It's cool. But it was nice having you all. Till next time, peace.